Hi everyone, it's Killshot99 Gaming. This is Random New Year. I almost did it. I was about to go play dead live. This is a random New Year's Eve stream. It has been a while since we've been this random, and I'm going to promise you guys, it is crazy random. We're going to go all over the place. We got so many topics. I'm going to do a little fortune telling for you guys. I'm going to answer a whole lot of questions. I'm very knowledgeable on a lot of, probably not. I'm just going to answer. They may be wrong answers, but I'm going to answer. We're gonna do, of course, we're gonna do some music stuff because we love music. But yeah, we just got such a myriad of topics. I don't even know where to begin. I'm gonna allow you guys to control the board. Any super chats, any ad revenue, if you guys don't skip the ads tonight. I know in Play Dead Live there's a tendency to kind of skip them, but if the ads pop up, enjoy them. Any ad revenue, any super chats tonight will go toward Humane Society and Pet Rescue. You guys know I'm a big proponent of that. This is 3G Day. I love the little kitty cats. So yeah, when we do a New Year's stream or New Year's Eve stream, like a holiday like this, then that revenue is going to go where it should go. All right, because it's a very important day. So see a lot of people kind of popping in tonight's stream, which is good. Nothing formal. It's not like you're getting on time XP or you're going to slay some dragons or anything. But we are going to be all over the place. So I got to tell you guys, after last night's stream, I got a lot of messages today. Did it sound like I was going like Southern Baptist, scorched earth preaching last night? Because I got a lot of messages today and people were like, kills, positivity. And they start sending me like all these positive things that are going on. Like either something that's going on in their personal life. I got more positive messages today than any typical day. So just a lot of positivity. So yeah, you guys hear me okay? Am I coming through? Okay, good. Just want to make sure. There's a lot of I see Ron pop in. Wish everybody Happy New Year. Yep, pop in. We'll be here maybe for a couple hours. So the plan tonight is, I would imagine, an hour and a half to 2 hours. We won't be past 9, so people have plenty of time to have their dinner and watch a little bit. We're going to play a little music. I got a special musical guest tonight. Somebody hopefully that you guys love. All right, so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to put some topics up on the screen. And you guys can see we're going to be all over the place. It's very, yeah, right? So I'm going to allow somebody to kind of control the board. And I'm going to let you guys pick one of these topics that you guys want to talk about. There you go. All right, Busy Bee, thank you so much. And again, Busy Bee, any super chats tonight do not go to Play Dead Live. They do not go to me. Super chats and ad revenue that I make off the video as a YouTube partner, that's all going to go to my annual donation for the Humane Society. So what a tremendous cause. And thank you so much, Busy Bee, for supporting that cause. So you know what? Because Busy Bee super chatted, I'm going to let her control the board. You can see all these topics up there. And, 2022 recap, ask me stuff. You can start it. Now, you're not the only person that can do it. Once you start, somebody else can. Then the Kills Crystal Ball. We'll do some random trivia, some dad jokes. That's a fact. Music and me. You owe me a drink. And gold stakes. These are the categories. So let me say, all right, first of all, how many of you out there, and Busy, I'm going to get back to you in a second because you earned the right to control the board. So how many out there are having a beverage, an adult beverage? Let me know in chat if you are. Look at that. Bomber Bones. Thank you so much, Bomber Bones. Appreciate that. And we're going to save a whole lot of cats this year. So how many people out there are having an adult beverage? If you are, then I'm gonna ask you to drink along with me. But here's the thing. A lot of people are sick or under the weather. So if you're not, it's okay. Not going to ask you guys. And definitely if you're out, I want you to be safe. But I do want to kind of check and see who might be. Julia's drinking some champagne. Bones got something going on. Shaman Sheila's having a root beer. Buford. Yeah, I see you guys. All right. Because, we're going to have people popping in. And they're going to be drinking a little bit tonight. B-Dub's having a root beer. So, again, I don't want you guys to get high on root beer either. But we may drink a little bit. I want to say, like, Bonnie drinks. She's like, oh, kills. I'm getting sugar high. All right. But, Busy B, you were the first super chat. So, I'm just going to ask you. And, again, some of you guys are under the weather. Busy, what do you want to talk about? You see 9 categories up there. All right. Kills crystal ball. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to answer some questions based on, if there's some future. I'm kind of looking at my crystal ball. So Busy started it. And then I'm going to let you guys sort of ask me questions about what I see for the future of certain things. Could be a sports team. Could be, and you guys know, I'll keep it non-controversial. So don't ask me about politics. Don't ask me about religion. Don't ask me about things that are going to shake things up. We're not going to be polarizing or divisive. I see Valar. Hello, Nine Kills Great Minds. Channel members, PDL player sponsors, happy New Year's Eve, random things. And thank you so much, Valar. That will go into the Humane Society pot as well. So, Busy, I'm going to let you start out. And the Ask Me stuff can be about anything. It could be about a game or history or something. Favorite things that I'll talk about. And I'll ask you guys some questions too. But the Kills Crystal Ball is specific to the future. Okay? This is where I'm going to make some predictions. So, Busy, you started it. What would you like for me to predict? Could be about a person, a place, a thing, weather, money, whatever you want. I'm going to give you, I'm really, really I'm zoned in right now. So I feel that I'm qualified to answer almost anything. And once Busy asks, then the rest of you guys can ask too. J Law the Wall can't stay. Want to say what's up, everybody? Have a safe and happy New Year. Absolutely. And J Law, take care of those little fur babies. All right. And I see Valar. Valar's going to get in the game too. Okay. So Busy B wants me to make my prediction for crypto. All right. So here's what's going to happen with crypto. Now, I can't give you official financial advice, but Bitcoin is going to make a strong move by next summer. Here's why, okay? Because we are finally going to get a spot ETF approved by next summer, which means that financial institutions like BlackRock will be allowed to custody the Bitcoin. Now, here's why Bitcoin and crypto is going to be different. Crypto is considered a security by the SEC, which means they're going to phase a lot of it out. So those of you, and I hate to say it, but people that have been living and dying, Valar, listen closely to me. People that have been living and dying with Dogecoin, with Shiba Inu, with Sol, with a lot of those, they're going to be in trouble. That the altcoins are not going to move. Bitcoin is going to move because it is finally going to break away and be a store of value. It's going to start to get into gold's market share. So I am predicting a huge rush by summer, and I think we're going to hit 100,000 by next year. Burn Coin is an altcoin that is pegged to, that's a good follow-up. Julia's like adding a follow-up. And any of you guys can ask, okay? Burn Coin is a utility token. I don't consider it an alt token, even though they're all alt tokens. It's pegged to BNB. So obviously BNB goes up, we go up by default. However, Burn Coin is a coin that is going to be used. And it has a rationale. We can use it as a token. We're not going to pump it. We're not going to go out there and say, hey, everybody buy it, go crazy, pump this coin up so we can sell it. We're going to use it, and it's going to deflate throughout time. So I do think there will be some value to Burn Coin, but I also think that it'll start to get to a point where you might want to buy bundles with it later on because it does give you a little bit of a boost. So you can use that as currency and as a utility. All right. Now, busy as held the floor, and we got a couple other people super chatted, so they'll get the floor soon. So, but I'm going to stay on this topic for a little bit. Any of y'all out there, what would you like to know? You want to know who's going to win a Super Bowl? You want to know who's going to win the World Series? What do you want to know? I'm going to predict it. I am the predictor right now. So ask any question that you want. We're going to stay on this topic a little bit, and then I'm going to transition over to someone else, and I'm going to let someone else control the board, and then we're going to get to that topic. As you can see, there's some interesting topics up there. Probably don't know what all of them mean, but there are some interesting ones up there. So what's the next one? Who wants to know something? Who is winning the Morgue Championship? I cannot answer that question, Craven Light, only because it makes it look as if I got a foot in the game. So I can't answer that one, unfortunately. Who is going to win the Super Bowl? All right, I will answer that one. All right. Shaman, you're going to love this because the Kansas City Chiefs are going to win a Super Bowl. Now, I know Jason's not going to love it. He's a Bengals fan. The Brady fans aren't going to love it. The Buffalo Bills fans aren't going to love it. But Mahomes is playing at an MVP level. And it is going to be the Eagles and the Chiefs. And the Chiefs are going to win the Super Bowl. Pat Mahomes is going to win the MVP. All right. Villar says, do I think the Rick and Michonne show will be a hit? I do not. I think it'll be a good show for us Walking Dead fans. I think the days of Walking Dead being a hit with everybody are long gone. That's just the sad reality. We're going to like it. We're going to cheer for it. But Walking Dead is so niche right now. And that's fine. It can be. It's still successful. But when you talk about hit, you're talking about so many people out there that are going to be watching it. And it's not going to be that way. But we are going to watch it and we're going to enjoy it. Who is going to win fantasy football? That's going to be me, Julia. Joe will give me a nice run for my money. But ultimately, my running backs, my wide receivers are going to be too strong for Joe. So I'm going to have to say me on that one. All right, what other questions? Give me some more predict the future. The Last of Us will be amazing. Because the game is really good. So, but I don't know. You know, sometimes games don't translate well. I think I'll like it. I'm hoping they can do, you know, those things, but we'll see. I definitely want to watch it and talk about it. I see Jim Stone in the house. Hey, Jim Stone. All right, give me some more questions. All right. I got time for one or two more questions. I see you, Animal. Hello, Joe. Joe was so excited the other day when Schultz got that. He was like, boom. I didn't say a word, Joe. But my team is strong. All right, see Tim in the house. Hello, everybody. Hello. All right. Joe, I'm going to say by those 5 losses you had during the season that your team is definitely not stronger. That's a lot of losses. All right. Any other predictions? Joe, you wanna know some football, basketball, baseball? Ask away. All right, Amy, you want to change the board? Amy super chatted, I think, up there. So, Bones, which topic would you like to change up? Which topic, Bones? All right, 2022 recap. All right, so I got to tell you guys, a lot happened, but you know what? I was away from a lot of it. So in the 2022 recap, I'm can you guys believe the Los Angeles Rams won the Super Bowl? They beat the Cincinnati Bengals. And it seems like so long ago because the Rams are so bad. But you got your typical stuff. Again, there was a lot of divisiveness this year. There was a lot of downturn with the economy this year. But when you get to a new year, it kind of turns the page a little bit. Because it's always going to get better at some point. But I think typically, and this is a hard one to recap because what do people typically do when they talk about a year? They talk about usually what they lost. They talk about which celebrities died throughout the year. And we talked about this a little bit last night. Usually when you recap the year, you don't usually go after the positives. We usually go after the negatives. So here's what I would say. 2022 for me personally and us personally, I think was an incredible year for the portal. I think was an incredible year for our game. I think that our game added a lot of sanity in a somewhat insane environment. It sounds weird, right? I mean, we play a game, and we play a game to get away from a lot of the noise. And I found that the more I played Play Dead Live and the less I watched the news, the happier I was. Even when Bitcoin's down, even because we go to the portal and it's like you can see like, oh, that weapon is so strong. Oh, look at Dimes. Dimes like, give me the board. Give me the board. Let's get off 2022. All right. You know what? Let's do it. 2022, we are winding it down. Let's get away from 2022 and let's talk a little music. Now, I'm going to start out. And Dimes, you want to throw something out there? I got some topics with music, but I'll let you start and ask any musical questions. But you know what? What I'm going to talk about actually probably has you in mind. Because one thing about random things is we can disagree with some of the mainstream, like there's sites out there. So here's what I'm going to do. While Dimes is thinking of her question. I was looking up a site, and I like to look up every year they do greatest song of all time. Sometimes it's Satisfaction, sometimes Stairway to Heaven. You get the idea. They go back and forth, right? So I was like, you know what? Let me specifically see what the talking heads out there, not the real talk, not the singing group, but the people who do this sort of thing. Let me see what they think as the greatest songs of the 80s, because I love the 80s. I love 80s songs. So this, I'm not going to tell you the site, but I'm going to tell you, this is the worst top 20 or top 15 80 songs of all time. When I give you this list, your jaw's going to drop and you're going to be like, wait a minute. How come this song is not on the list? Because when I saw this list, my jaw dropped and I'm like, well, there should be a lot more on this particular list, okay? Now, you might not agree with some of the other list. All right, best music comeback in the history of music. Ooh, that's a good one. That is a good one. I'm going to say Aerosmith. Hear me out on this, okay? Aerosmith in the late 70s was kind of about kings and queens, Walk This Way, and then they had a little bit of a lapse in the early 80s. Happy New Year, Liz. But then something happened, right? Like in the mid 80s, where they mixed it up with a little Run DMC. And then the next thing you know, they're like doing Janie's Got a Gun, I Was Crying Before I Met You, right? And then next thing you know, it's like all these 80s songs that are just amazing in the mid to late 80s. So Aerosmith transitioned from a stoner rock group to a mainstream staple in the 80s. So for me, that would be the greatest comeback of all time. Exactly. Don't want to miss a thing. Or there goes my old girlfriend. Well, there's another guy on a ring. Right? I mean, all these things. Now, if I had to give you a close second, and some of you might say this is a first, I would say Tom Petty. Because Tom Petty went from Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers in the late 70s. I was talking with a friend of mine, said a woman done hurt his pride, told him they loved him so, and turn around and let him go, right? To like, now I'm free falling, right? So Tom Petty would probably be second on my list. If you asked me a third, I would probably go with Chicago, but that would be with the caveat that the solo artist, when you get like Peter Cetera, see, that's kind of hard too, because if I did that, then I have to go CCR, and the CCR with John Fogerty, which who wasn't CCR, right? So that's a little tougher, but I would say the spinoffs from those groups would propel me, right? All good answers. All right. I would not put 38 Special as one of the greatest musical comebacks of all time. I like 38 Special, but 38 Special was kind of, Joe, they're kind of even keel the whole time. And there's a lot of groups that have made comebacks. But there are some that didn't quite do it as well. Absolutely appreciate that, Jim. Jim says her husband commented today how thankful he is for PDL. Sees how happy that playing makes her. knows the player's name, routinely ask how each of you are doing. And absolutely, what's up, Rob? Happy New Year! Happy New Year to each and every one of you guys, and hopefully you guys are having a great time. Jim, you're in Tahoe, right? So hopefully you guys are having a wonderful New Year's, and you're like hours back. So they're like in the afternoon still. So they're like 4:30ish, I think. Are you right on? Are you 3 hours or 2 hours? I think you're still 3 hours, right? You don't kind of cross over into that 2 hour zone, do you? 3 hours. Okay, good stuff. The whole time zone thing and where it splits and all that stuff is kind of, I'm not knowledgeable with that. But I'm playing a knowledgeable YouTube host right now. All right, I got a couple more, and I'll get to Jim. I'm going to let Jim control the board a couple people. Here's the 80s. So I know this is going to freak you guys out a little bit. So don't hate on this list. I'm already hating on it. This is supposed to be the best songs of the 80s. It's the worst, best list I've ever seen. Number one, not that I don't like these songs. I do. I really, really do. And also, I want to let you guys know, all of you guys are super chatted tonight. Jim Stone, thank you. Valar, Deadly Dimes, all of you guys. This is the one stream per year. We do this. I've been a YouTube partner for about 8 years. But any super chat or things that we do that raise money for the game, that always goes into the game. Today, because it is New Year's Eve, any revenue that we raise, Jim's super chat, all the super chats so far are all going to my annual contribution to the Humane Society. I love the Humane Society. Unbelievable. I got a great experience with them. I told you guys that last night. Animal shelters are wonderful. Animal shelters are fantastic. But the Humane Society was just, it was there. It was there like in my darkest moment. And, love what they do. And a great, great cause. I see Lynn Nesvik in the house as well. All right, I'm going to get to this list. Because you guys are going to get me on topics. And I'll stay on these topics. I really will. Number one. And again, I know many of you guys like the song, but the number one song in the 80s was not John Lennon Starting Over. It was not. No, no, no. If you say it was, I will fight you. I will fight you right now if you say that's the number one song. Please don't do it. Because that's just, as great as Lennon was, that was not the song that I remember from the 80s. It's just not. Crimson, it's not even on the list. Listen, this is how bad this list is. Thriller's not even on there. Okay, let me give you number two. I love this song as well. It is a song I really like from the 80s, but it is not the number two. Pretty Woman by Van Halen. I love Van Halen. I love Pretty Woman, but it is not the second best song from the 80s. Number three. I know we got a lot of country music fans out there. Dolly Parton's 9 to 5 is not the third best song from the 80s. It's not. This one, I was just scratching my head, this number four, like, what? I like the song, not going to lie, I drive, I'll put a little Steve Miller on sometime, but Abracadabra is not the fourth best song in the 80s. It is not. But, you say, abracadabra, I want to reach out and grab you. I love the song. It's not number four. Number five. Now, if this was AC/DC, maybe I give it to you. But Lionel Richie's All Night Long is not the fifth best song in the 80s. In fact, I would probably like Endless Love or Hello, maybe, much more than All Night Long. It's a good song, but it ain't number five. Number six. I love Rattle and Hum. Love you too. But please tell me how, in the name of all that is holy, could Angel of Harlem be higher than With or Without You? What is wrong with these people? Angel of Harlem is good. It ain't better than With or Without You. Angel of Harlem is not number 6. Okay. Number 7. Number 7, I would put in the top 5. Okay? I do like this one. Number 7 is Another Brick in the Wall by Pink Floyd. Now, you guys may not love Pink Floyd, but Another Brick in the Wall I would definitely have in my top 5. That might not be popular, but they got that at 7. I'm okay. I'm okay with Another Brick in the Wall being anywhere in the top 10. I'm fine with that. Now, number 8. Number 8, I would say, should be in the top 10 also. I think I'm okay. I'm okay with number 8 being where it is. This is Another One Bites the Dust by Queen. So, Another Brick in the Wall, Another One Bites the Dust. I could give both of those top 10. I got no issues with that whatsoever. Now, this one, all right, this one I don't like it. But I don't know that I can argue with it because of how long it was number 1, okay? And this is probably going to be, it's going to split the group a little bit. Some of you guys are going to be like, yes, that's a good song. Kim Carnes, Betty Davis Eyes. What are your thoughts on that? Now, when I think of 80s, I do think of this song. But I don't know that I think of this as higher than any Michael Jackson song, right? They have not listed a single Michael Jackson song in the top 10, but you got Kim Carnes, Betty Davis Eyes at number 9. And we still ain't heard no Prince. Yeah. All right. Number 10, Billie Jean. I think Billie Jean needs to be higher. Billie Jean, number 10, should be in the top 10. Probably should be in the top 5. So you can see the top 10 is out of whack. All right, number 11. Love this group. Love the singer. No way it should be top 20. In my opinion, it's Call Me by Blondie. I love Blondie. Probably sang every song. You guys know I love Rapture. First song to ever be number 1 in the rap category was Blondie. But I'm not going to put Call Me in my top 25. All right, and then after Blondie, we got Careless Whisper. Are you really telling me that Careless Whisper is up there and not a single Daryl Hall and John Oates in it? Come on. Where's Hall and Oates in this list? Careless Whisper, number 12. Number 13. Good song at number 13, but it ain't top 50. Jay Giles Band, My Angel is a Centerfold. It's a good song. It's a fun song. But it ain't top 13. Come on, people. Number 14, Ebony and Ivory. And number 15, Endless Love. This is the worst top 15 list I've ever seen put together. So let me give you a few songs, okay? First of all, one of the top songs of the 80s, and he wasn't even in the top 15, Living on a Prayer. On many lists, this is number 1. I've got no problem with Living on a Prayer being top 5 on any 80s list. I am personally not a huge John Bon Jovi fan, but I respect John Bon Jovi's songs, right? Living on a Prayer was a hit. Living on a Prayer, John Bon Jovi changed music in a way. Pop, rock, hair band, good, right? Because John Bon Jovi was like maybe a good Judas Priest or something, like a good looking hair band. Like John Bon Jovi might have been a better looking David Lee Roth with better songs. Richie Sambora. So look, I respect what they did. But Living on a Prayer, if anybody came up and said, look, Living on a Prayer is number one, I ain't going to argue with you. I'm okay with that. I'm fine. I'm fine with that. It might not be my number one, but I would certainly say it's top five. Now here's another one. Now, this one I like better because I just like the group better. Def Leppard, Pour Some Sugar on Me. I like that better. It's just personal preference here. I'm hot, sticky sweet, from my head to my feet, yeah, do. Yeah, right, Def Leppard, like anything. Photograph. Photograph is probably my favorite Def Leppard song. Not their biggest, not their best, but I do love me some Def Leppard. So for me, I'm okay with Def Leppard being top five. You know, if you wanted to take record sales and those things, I would back down and say, yeah, you know, there were better, there were bigger hits, but I do love me some Def Leppard. Now, this one on some list were top five. I don't agree. It was early 80s, and it was a different time in the 80s. So here's the thing with 80s music. 81, 82, 83 had a specific style, and 84 and a half, 85, 86, 87, music changed. This was so typical early 80s, and it was Duran Duran, Hungry Like the Wolf. I like it. I like it for that time. Do I think it's top five? No, but there are people that think it is. Billie Jean, no doubt about it, should be top five on every list out there. Billie Jean was a bigger song than Thriller, than Beat It, than all of those things. Billie Jean was just good. PYT, I want to love you. PYT, pretty young thing. You need some love. Like anything and that was, you know, to go from The Wall, you know, to Thriller, unbelievable. Every song on that album, look, y'all tell the truth. How many people listen to every single song on the Thriller album? Go ahead. I know you did. It didn't matter what it was. That album was so good, if he probably only had like one or two songs there, the songs would have been bigger. But the album was so good, we couldn't make up our mind which one we liked so much. It was like, Beat It, Billie Jean. It's like every single song was good. So if it would have just been like Beat It, Billie Jean, can you imagine how big those songs would have been? So I'm okay with Billie Jean being number one on some people's list. Not number one on my list, but definitely top five. All right. Now, When Doves Cry. Okay, same thing. Let's Go Crazy, When Doves Cry. Look, Purple Rain was wow. Same thing. All right, well, here's the problem, Dimes. Purple Rain is the equivalent of Thriller, right? The song itself. When Doves Cry is equivalent to Billie Jean. And Beat It is equivalent to Let's Go Crazy. So I'm kind of stack ranking, right? The album and how good all these songs were. How about I would die for you, darling, if you want me to you. I mean, every song on that album was good. So I'm okay with When Doves Cry being number one, if that is on your list. Now, let's get into a couple other ones. Now, again, early 80s. And this one was so has a 70s feel to it. Hall & Oates, I can't go for that. Now, Sarah Smile, 70s. I can't go for that, 80s. So you transitioned, and Hall & Oates transitioned nicely. And then they got into like I still liked them, but they got into the creepy stuff, like the stalker stuff. Right, like Maneater and Private Eyes, they're watching you, right? So it's like, I'm a stalker, and I'm going to sing about it, and it's not creepy because it's like 1983. But she's a rich girl, and it's gone too far, right? So I love Hall & Oates. You guys know this about me. You know I've loved Hall & Oates for a long time. But their late 70s music and early 80s was a wash. It was the same thing. But they transitioned in the mid 80s really, really well because that's what the songs were about. Do you guys think that like in 83, 84, it was like cool to be a stalker? Think of the songs out there like, Lover Boy, she's 1 in a million girl, or Weird Science, or Private Eyes. It was like all about like a good looking girl and then stalking her. That's what it was about in 83, 84. That's just how the music was. And thank God in 86, 87, the hair bands came out and it was like in living color, right? Look in my eyes, what do you see? Cult of personality. That, why is that not a bigger like song of, why is that not top 5? That song, unbelievable. Or One by Metallica, wow. Like, but they don't make the list. 1987, Sweet Child of Mine. Anything Guns N' Roses did prior to the spaghetti incident, I don't like that album. That album was garbage. But Use Your Illusion 1, Use Your Illusion 2, I love GNR. GNR, and if I was on an island and you gave me GNR and you gave me Hall & Oates and you gave me Matchbox 20, I wouldn't need any more music. Like, I'd be fine. I could take those 3. All right. How about Madonna, Like a Virgin? Mid 80s. But again, and that kind of is creepy as the stalker. So you got like Madonna's a virgin and Daryl Hall and John Oates are stalking you. So like 83, 84, music was just weird. I'm sure we got the Bangles up there somewhere too. I love the Bangles. But it was, sweet little innocent girl, wild stalker dudes. All right, Walk This Way. Walk This Way, 1986, great. AC/DC. AC/DC, the problem with AC/DC was they're 1980. So when you do greatest songs of the 80s, you like kind of forget You Shook Me All Night Long was probably written in 1979 and released in 1980. So it's like, that's never going to win anything because you got to be like in the middle. It was too late to be a great 70s song, and it was too early to be a great 80s song. All right. Like it or hate it, Journey, Don't Stop Believing. I know we've heard it so many times, we probably don't like it at this point. But if it hadn't have been remade about 27 gazillion times, you'd probably like it. Well, it is. It's overdone, but it's because it's so good. Whitney Houston, How Will I Know? U2, With or Without You. I mentioned that before. The Bangles. Not sure how I feel like walk like an Egyptian. I don't. I don't know. I mean, I don't know that you could write that song today. How do Egyptians walk? What do you mean by that? That'd be the first question, right? If you're from Egypt and Susanna Hoffs sings that song, you'd be like, what are you trying to say? Van Halen. All right. Another one of my personal favorites. Stop doing music way too soon. In Excess. Need you to come on. Give me a 999 if you guys were all about In Excess. I mean, I used to have little ripped up pants and used to write like In Excess on my leg, my hand. You know, I was a big fan. Love me some In Excess. I see Kel in the house. What's up? Best of 80s. Where's Sweet Child of Mine? We just did Fishing in the Dark. Physical problem again, too early in the 80s. You know, 82, 83, it's not going to get any love. I Need Love, absolutely. All good. But again, it's not necessarily the ones we like. It is the ones that a lot of people liked. Dexy's Midnight Runners, Come On Eileen, Cyndi Lauper, Time After Time, Rick Springfield, Jesse's Girl. Again, those are early 80s, so it's going to be tough. Aha, Take on Me. If you ask like, okay, let me transition, and then we'll get to a new topic. 2 best videos, 3 best videos of the 80s. I'm going to give them to you right now. If you guys want the Kill Shot exclusive top 3 videos from the 80s, I'm going to give them to you. And then these will be open for debate. All right, number 1, Thriller. Greatest video of all time. Thriller is number 1. Number 2, Aha, Take on Me. Number 3, One by Metallica. 3 greatest videos of the 80s right there. 1, 2, and 3. Thriller number 1. Aha, Take on Me number 2. Metallica's One is number 3. I'm telling you, that is a list. Go watch all 3 of them. And then fight me after that. Those 3. There's a lot of good ones out there, but those 3 were just wow, mind-blowing. All right. I love music. We can talk about music all day long. But you know what? I got to get some other topics in here. We got so many topics. Maybe we'll come back to that. I'm going to leave that. All right. Gemstone. We got Jim and Villar. Jim and Villar, either one. Pick a topic. And then if you want, ask a question right afterwards. But yeah. Physical Kill, I agree. Sweet Child of Mine, absolutely agree. And I Need Love. Love them all. Absolutely love them all. And hopefully you're feeling better as well. Same thing with Guns N' Roses, though. Late 80s, early 90s. Guns N' Roses own the early 90s as well. But how much better would they have been if they were right in the middle with all those great hits? All right, Villar, you want to pick a topic? All right, no, Julie. I know what Julie J wants to talk about. You better believe it. I got some good ones. I got some good ones for you guys. All right, when we do the dad jokes, though, if you're drinking and you don't laugh with one of these dad jokes, you got to take a drink. Because if you drink enough, you're going to laugh. All right, you know what? I'm going over to dad jokes. I just have to. If we have extra time, we can do some music stuff. All right, here you go. First dad joke. Okay, so I want you to rate these jokes from a 1 to a 10. If you know the answer, you don't have to answer. You can if you can do it quickly. But then just give it a 1 to a 10, all right? Give me a 10 if you guys understand the rules. All right, see, I managed to get you guys to give me a 10 already. Okay. Feel free to use these. I didn't make them up. All right. Why can't you hear when a pterodactyl goes to the bathroom? Because the P is silent. it's not bad. It's not bad. All right. Yeah, that's a good start. A 6. What do you mean a 6? Julie J gave it a 10. Thank you. All right. What would bears be without bees? Ears. Yeah, okay. All right, you guys got that. You guys got that. Okay. Let me up my game here. Why is Cinderella bad at soccer? She kept running away from the ball. Right? All right, all right. Look at that. I got a 10 for them. Where is those history buffs out there? Where is King David's temple located? Beside his ear. These are definitely dad jokes. Why are pirates called pirates? They just are. All right, come on, that's a 10. That is a 10. If you can't give that, no, Crave, a 3. A 3? Come on. All right, I got a 9.8 out of that one and a 10. A 4? Yeah, I see how sly is. Buford gave me an 11. All right, couple more. I might stop with this one. This is good. What did the lettuce say to the celery? Quit stalking me. 10. 10. There we go. All right. That is that is where we'll leave it on that one. I'm gonna leave it on a good note. Crimson gonna get. Oh, you know what? If Crimson gives me a 10, we're gonna stop it right there. All right. There are your dad jokes, everybody. All right. I'm gonna go to. That's a fact. All right, I'm gonna give you guys some crazy facts. Things that I didn't know. Maybe you knew this. Who knows what? I didn't know this had an actual name. I should have. What's up, Ranger Chris? It's date night, baby. The dot over the top of a J. Do you guys know what that's called? It is called a tittle. I didn't know that. I always thought that was a small breast. Was a tittle. But apparently it's not. That's a dad joke right there. See, that might be a 10 for a dad joke. There you go. All right, I'm still on a roll. It is. It's called a tittle. Tittle. Who knew? All right, but we got more facts for you guys. Listen to this. All right, we've got. Okay, this was a crazy one. These are facts. I'm not making stuff up for you guys. McDonald's invented a sweet broccoli that tasted like bubble gum because they wanted to sell broccoli to their customers. They invented a sweet broccoli. It tasted like bubble gum, didn't sell well, as you can figure out. But that's true. I mean, they were doing some hybrid plant stuff. All right, check this out. Humans are the only animals that are capable of blushing. Just interesting. Do you guys know the hashtag? Without using Google, do you know what a hashtag is called? I do. I know the answer to that. Trigger, his ass. That's the last thing. No. A hashtag is called an octothorpe. Thinking that someone named Thorpe might have been involved in inventing it or naming it, but a hashtag is called an octothorpe. Just a little food for thought. Speaking of food for thought, apple pie was invented in England. Okay, Why do we steal stuff? why why do we steal stuff like French fries? And when you hear things like it's as American as apple pie. No, apple pie is not American. That broke my heart when I saw that. Apple pie, invented in England, but we took it. That ain't all we took from England, by the way. Took a lot more than that. Okay. A pencil. A pencil can draw a line 35 miles long. Now, I'm going to tell you, the pencils that I used, it never happened. I got to ask you guys a weird question. Am I the only person here that ever sharpened a pencil with my teeth? I did. I was so afraid of getting up in front of the whole class and sharpening a pencil. I used to gnaw on that thing like a damn gopher. I'm not lying. Like, my pencil would break and I didn't want to get up in front of the class. I was shy. Man, I guess that's why I'm not shy now. But no, I'd take that pencil and I would like bite that thing and get a nice sharp point on there. Yep. Y'all never did that? No, not one person. Okay. Yeah, okay. Some people did. You bite just like a little bit of the corner off, and then you see when nobody's looking, you bite a little bit of the corner off, and it's weird because it's like, it looks like one of the Three Stooges haircuts when you're done with it. Um, like, how much older? Your eyes. The eyes have it. All right, a couple more factoids. Did you know OMG for like Usher? Oh my God, right? OMG. First used Admiral John Fisher, World War I. OMG dates back to World War I. Like 100 years ago. It took Usher a long time to write that song. Winston Churchill even said it in a letter. Okay, now this one's a little confusing. And some of you guys know the answer to this question. I'm just going to ask it, and then maybe you can explain it. The national animal of Scotland. Never knew this. Some of you guys may have known. I don't know a lot about Scotland, but the national animal of Scotland? That's a great guess. It's a freaking unicorn. Are you kidding me? How is an animal that doesn't exist the national animal of a country? It's a unicorn. I don't get it. All right, so this is another one that seemed a little weird. There are earthquakes on the moon. But shouldn't it be called moonquakes? All right, and I got one thing I need you guys to try. Jim's out by the fire. Jim, Rob, you guys can try this. I don't care where you're at. I need all of you guys to try this for me. I did not know that this was not possible. I want you to try to hum while holding your nose. You can't do it. It's impossible. I tried it for the first time today. I'll do it again. Watch. I'm going to hum like some Edie Brickell. Watch. You can't do it. It's like you can only get like. I'll try Silent Night. It's like a weird. People are like, "What is he dying?" Yeah, you can't hum while you hold your nose. It's safe. It's not like trying to sneeze holding your eyes open, but you can't do it. All right, so I just that's some crazy facts for you guys. Some crazy facts. I love doing the factoid. All right. All right, so you know what? We got a couple more categories to go over. I'm going to take a quick break, grab a drink. I want you guys to hit your drink, and let's start forgetting about 2022, and let's start thinking about 2023. This is one of my favorite PDL groups of all time. I'm going to play a little song for you guys. This is Three-Sided Square. I'll be back in about 3 minutes. Enjoy some music, grab a drink, and then we'll come back and we'll talk about a few more categories.
Well, everybody, yeah, everybody, yeah. Take it up to the top, everybody, never stop. Make it loud, make it clear, let them know that we're here. Well, everybody, yeah, everybody, yeah. Throw your hands in the air, and if you do it, if you dare, turn it up, shake it down, and the world will spin another round. Feel the beat, tap your feet, now we're just begun. Check the time, sing the rhyme.
All right, everybody, we are back, and hopefully you guys had a. I saw a couple things. Julie said, "Get the drink delivery in." All right, hopefully you guys got your drinks, and I love Three-Sided Square. They will be appearing again at the next Max Awards, and I'm thinking Max Awards probably gonna be around April. Probably gonna be around April, um, and that'll be at the conclusion of the morgue. And Craven tried to get me to answer. Um, Craven, he said, crystal ball, predict who's going to win the morgue. I'm going to predict it is going to be a very, very good tournament. That all four teams will be right there in it, and it could be anybody's championship. Anybody can win it. I'm very confident in all the teams that we have. All right, I am going to I'm going to talk about gold stakes, okay? Gold stakes and a few more things because, again, I'm not being negative, but we all have things that make us scratch our head or things that I think knowing what our threshold is, lets us know our boundaries. I do have a pet peeve. I have one. Can you guys guess? Can you guys guess, like, the Kills pet peeve? It's probably a weird one. But, when I tell you guys, some of you guys are going to relate to it. Negativity is one, but I think about things a certain way. Like, there's some things that I question because I want to know why. Okay. I don't like paper plates. I don't like paper plates. And when people show off a nicely cooked meal and they put it on a paper plate, it confuses me. And I have to ask this question, okay? Not that it's any of my business. People can do whatever they want to do. But can I ask a question? Like, let me know. Give me a 999 if I can ask you guys a question without offending. I don't want to offend anybody. But I have to ask this question because there's just an honest side of me that wants to ask this. And I need to know. And I need to ask you guys because I don't want to be asking somebody who says, well, why don't you just mind your own damn business? It's not your problem. Because that's what some people will do. If you're not a professional cook, what is the maximum number of times you should be able to cook and post your meals without somebody asking if you think that you're Emerald or Bobby Flay or somebody or Gordon Ramsay? Because there's a lot of people that professionally cook things. And I mean this in the nicest way. Like, I have friends who will cook, and every time they cook, they want me to know, like, this is my breakfast, this is my lunch, this is my dinner, this is my breakfast. And sometimes my question is, if I did that, would you think that I'm fishing for a compliment? Like, if I got up and I made an omelet, and I post my omelet. Now, here's the difference. Look, I will post food that I buy. Like, you get a nice meal and that steak is done well. Or if I make something and and it's mind-blowing, like I can't believe I just did that, I'll send it to a few people. But should there be like, if you're not a professional cook, and again, you I'm not saying this because I don't want to overstep my bounds, but if you're not a professional cook, isn't probably anything above 4 or 5 times a month a little bit overboard? I don't even post cat videos more than like 5, 6 times a month. So that's my question. So my question is, are there other things, and you can say cat videos, are there other things that you guys think become a little bit excessive? Right, it's bragging, right? Yeah, I agree. Now I'm going to tell you guys, okay? You guys remember Ben Stevenson, right? You guys remember Tin Man, former mod? That dude could cook. And when he took a picture of his food, it looked like a 5-star restaurant. That guy could post videos of his food every single day, and I'd put him right beside some of the best people out there. Like anytime he did it, it was like, wow, check this out. It was just beautiful. It's like a restaurant. I mean, Ben is probably, out of thousands of people that post like all of their food, Ben is probably one of the few, I'd say, that dude should be posting every single day. He should be doing videos of telling people how to cook. Right? I mean, he was amazing. It wasn't like, hey, look, I made this ice cream and threw some sprinkles on it. If I did like, if I showed you guys like took pictures daily, that's what mine would look like. It'd be like, I'd be, hey guys, I made a ham and cheese sandwich today. Like, I'm not even gonna joke. Y'all want to know? Y'all want to know what Kel's pet peeve is with food? I'm gonna tell you guys because I think she went back to sleep. So I'll tell you guys. I made the mistake one time of posting something. I won't post it all of you guys. I posted it in mod chat. It was like, check this out, and it's like, why is the mayonnaise not spread all the way to the end of the bread? and I'm sure that's the way she said it. I'm like, I'm imitating her voice right now, but I'm pretty sure. Like, it was, why was it not spread all the way to the end of the bread? And I'm like, what? Who looks at that? But it had to be to the edge. So, no, you know what it was? No, it was peanut butter and jelly. And I did not spread the peanut butter all the way to the edge of the bread. It didn't matter. I mean, I took a big bite of it. By the time I got like, I bit like a quarter of the sandwich. Believe me, I had some peanut butter, some jelly at that point. But no, it was supposed to be all the way to the edge of the bread. So clearly that was a pet peeve. So that was all the more um that was all the more reason for me not to post my cooking. Now, if I go to a nice place, I will post, say, hey guys, check out, this is a nice steak. This is good. But so let me ask you guys another question. And be honest. Okay? Be honest. Give me a 999 if you can answer this honestly, because I don't think you can. I'm going to call a few of you guys out. I think a couple of you guys are going to fib right now. If I posted something tomorrow and it looked like crap, would you tell me it looked like crap? Or would you either avoid the post or would you say, oh, that looks great. When can I come over for dinner? Be honest. Because I think most of you would lie to me. Not everybody, but I think some of you guys would be like, you'd find a way to say, oh, that looks interesting. Maybe that's the word you'd use. You'd probably say, huh, that's an interesting meal you cooked there, Kills. There you go. Sheila's like, nope. Okay. But, Sheila, if you liked it without telling me the truth, wouldn't that kind of lead me on a little bit? I mean, wouldn't that kind of make me want to do it again? Because I'd be like, hey, Sheila liked it. Trigger, that's what I want to see. Trigger's like, I would be honest and say 3Gs are eating good tonight. Boom, I love it. I love that. Best comment ever. All right. And that leads me. Support my friends, absolutely. But honesty, positivity and honesty sometimes is such a difficult concoction. It's hard. Because I would rather you guys be honest with me. Because that would prevent me from perhaps getting myself in a situation that I thought I was a little better at doing. Saves me a little bit of time. Because if I can trust my friends to give me the truth in those situations, then I know that they're looking out for me. They're not trying to be negative. They're trying to protect me. Does that make sense? Or you can buy me a cooking book. Say, hey, that was close, but hey, I've got this book on steaks, and this might get you a little closer to what you're trying to do. Which leads me to the gold steak. What's the most money anybody in here has ever paid for a steak? If you eat steaks. Tammy, I'm going to get back to that. All right. So, I saw this in several people. Salt Bay, a few other restaurants. $1,000 steak. Gold crusted steak. Gold. This steak was gold. It was 24 karat gold. But this is what was mind-blowing. You can look this up. There is a product called gold leaf. And each sheet of this is only about $6. So you can take a steak and you can take 3 or 4 of these sheets, and it's real gold. It is real gold. It's what they use. It's called gold leaf. It's 24 karat gold. But you can make a gold steak for like $24. Now, tomahawk steak, Wagyu's probably going to cost you $300, maybe $350. But you could buy this steak for $350, and you can take this. It's like really thin foil that melts, but it's gold. And you put it, after it's cooked, you put it over the top and you slice it. So for about $400, you could make this steak that Salt Bay and some of these companies are selling for $1,000 or $1,100. So I just wanted to bring that up to you guys. If you ever, you want to go out, get a nice ribeye, get a tomahawk, get something at Costco, maybe, 50, $60. You can buy some gold leaf. You put that over the top, you can slice it, and you got this nice gold steak that people sell for a lot of money. So anyway, want to talk about gold steak a little bit. Now, that leads me into the next category, which is I do it, and I've got another pet peeve, and you guys all do it, and you guys probably have the pet peeve. Cliches. What is the cliche either you use the most or you hate the most? And some people are going to type it, and some people are like, oh, I say that all the time. Because I know some people are going to say low-hanging fruit, right? You ever been in a meeting and somebody says, we got to get the low-hanging fruit? And we know what it means, right? Huh? Julia, you've never been in a meeting where someone said, we got to get the low-hanging fruit? I am shocked. I've heard that like a million times. No, it's low-hanging fruit. It means you gotta take care of the stuff that's the easiest. Come on, low-hanging fruit. Okay, you're in a meeting and somebody says, we can't execute on the difficult stuff, but we all need to get the low-hanging fruit. That means, get the stuff's right in front of you. It's easy. Wow. Okay. Well, it's used quite a bit. Well, now you've heard it. Have some of you guys heard it? Yeah, start at the bottom, work your way up. No, it's not fruit of. Where are you guys going with this? Fruit of the loom? Okay. Have you ever heard, look on the bright side? Tell me you've heard that. Wouldn't that hurt your eyes? I mean, what are you trying to say to a person? Are you trying to blind them? Look on the bright side. No, I'm not. I don't want to look on the bright side. It's painful. Okay, how about this? It's always darkest before the dawn. Does that even make sense? It's not. It's not darkest before the dawn. It's almost light before the dawn. What does that even mean? It's not even scientifically proven. It's just something somebody said to make you feel, yeah, exactly. Nixie, whatever doesn't kill you makes you stronger. No, it hurts. It doesn't. I would rather not even have the cliche. Whatever doesn't kill you makes you stronger. No, it could paralyze you. If you have time to lean, you got time to clean. Well, so Tim, I think that is true. Time heals all wounds. Nope, not always. You can bleed out. That's not true, Craven. What comes around goes around. No, that's not true either. When one door closes, another door opens. Have you guys heard that? Could you imagine going home and closing your door and all of a sudden your back door opens and then you go to the back door and you close it and your front, you would go insane. Like literally, you would close one door and have to run over, and your whole day would be going back and forth between your front door and your back door. All right, how about this one? Rules are made to be broken. No, they're not. Rules are made to be followed. They're not made to be broken. If you make a rule, you're making it with the assumption that someone is going to follow that rule, not break the rule. Have you ever heard this one? All right, this is a two-part question for all of you guys. All right, give me a 999. I'm going to give you a two-part question, and you got to answer both of them. All right. There's no such thing as a stupid question. Have you heard that one? Okay. Part number two. Have you ever heard a stupid question? Answer the second half of that. Because part number one says there's no such thing as stupid question. Part number two. Have you ever heard a stupid question? then okay. All right. So that's not true either. Um, Money cannot buy happiness. To a degree, it can. I know I'm a lot. I'm a lot happier if I go to the casino and I win than I am if I go to the casino and lose. That's scientifically proven. Now, it may not be the only thing, but it certainly helps. It takes more muscles to frown than it does to smile. I, I don't know. I don't know whether that's true or not. don't know that I just want to use it in most, like, when would you apply that? Could you imagine just going around saying that to random people? Yeah, somebody has a flat tire and they're like pissed off about it, and you walk up and say, "Hey, takes more muscles to frown than it does to smile." I'm like, usually people frown. There's a reason why they're frowning. It's not muscle control. They're not doing it because they're trying to get a workout in their face. All right, how about this one? This might be my favorite. See if you've ever heard this. And never give this advice to anyone. It's like, take the bull by the horns. The literal translation of that is that bull is gonna fuck you up. It's like, I don't know any other way to say it except that's what's going to happen. It's like, do not, whatever you do, you leave that bull the hell alone. That should be what you tell people. You want to give people sound advice? It should be this: get the hell away from a charging bull. That's the advice you want to give somebody. Or, you don't have to be faster than the bull. You just have to be faster than Moonshot. All right. Another cliche. 5-second rule. I'm like, it depends. It depends. There's a lot of things that I don't want to drop my food in for 5 seconds and then try to eat it. There is no 5-second rule. There is either you really wanted to eat that last French fry and you're going to pick it up off the ground and eat it, or you're not. All right, in this one, maybe you guys can relate to this. If it's not one thing, it's another. Well, yeah, I mean, thank you, Captain Obvious. That is probably the original. It is what it is. It is what it is. Well, of course it is what it is. Well, if it ain't one thing, it's another. So, if he didn't rob the bank, it means he didn't. Well, yeah, you're right. All right. I got one more. Okay. Last one, and this is probably going to be your favorite. Every single time in my life that I have ordered a cake, I ate it. But you can't have your cake and eat it too. What do you mean you can't? Then why the hell did I order the cake? I specifically ordered this cake so I could eat it. And throughout my life, I have always eaten it. Every single time I've gotten a cake, I have eaten that cake. But you can't have your cake and eat it too. I'm not sure why that is even a thing. I sure can. So, we use these cliches just to hide things. In fact, I got a carrot cake. I got a little bunt carrot cake upstairs, and I'm eating it. I'm going to eat it when this stream is over. All right. That's gold that's gold steaks, y'all. All right. It's been a while since we've done random things. You guys having a good time? I wanted to get like a small intimate group here tonight and hang out with you guys and just, this was a big part of our channel for a long time. Just kind of getting together and talking about wacky, weird things that, we just have fun doing. All right, I'm gonna do a few. I'm gonna do a few trivia, and what I'm gonna do is it's a game that we used to play called Tribond. And what I do is I basically give you three things. See, this makes it a little tougher because trivia is so easy to look it up. But with Tribond, I can give you three things, and then you got to tell me what those three things have in common. All right, here's an easy one, okay? And all of you guys can answer on this one. Bacon, comics, and malls. What do all three of those things have in common? They're strips. Exactly. See? That's the way it works. All right, so everybody can answer. So you don't have to wait. I'm just going to read it, and the first person to type it, they get it right. And first person to get three is going to win. And you'll be the 999 Tribond champion New Year's Eve. Okay? All right, here we go. First one. And again, whoever gets three is going to win. Ray Charles, Jose Feliciano, and Ronnie Millsap. Animal, first one, blind singers. Got to have both. Blind and they are singers. All right, next one. A drag race car, a skydiver, and a space capsule. JJ says they have parachutes. They do. All right, one for JJ, one for Animal. All right, how about judges, numbers, and acts? Judges, numbers, and acts. ACTS, acts. Not like a weapon. Busy bee. They're all part of the Bible. All right. A marionette, a tennis racket, and an orchestra. Julia says they all have strings. I got Joe, JJ, Busy, and Julia. 4 people on the board. Remember, first to 3 wins. So we got a little time. An oil an oil baron, a carpenter, and a dentist. I was going to say oil. It's a southern word, oil. An oil baron. Oil. Bone says they all drill. They do. All right. Nobody has 2 yet. Cricket. Baseball. 301. Crimson, they are dart games. That is correct. All right, an octopus, a snail, and a mussel. No, they are mollusks. Time is up. Mollusk. Witchcraft. Something stupid. That's life. Got a little more difficult, didn't it? You guys are cruising along there for a minute. 5 seconds. Frank Sinatra songs. All songs by Frank Sinatra. A golf ball. A Cabbage Patch doll. And Shirley Temple. They all have dimples. Julia. Oh boy, Julia is 1 away. A lot of people were close there. Y'all better get this one quick. Do not let her lock you guys out. All right, Bonn, Frankfurt, and Hamburg. German cities, deadly death. It's like James Bond. All right, Dime's getting on the board. All right, let's get another one in here. Lily, Eddie, and Herman. The Munsters. What? Julia and Bones neck and neck. All right, Julia, congratulations. You are the 2022 Play Dead Live Tribon Trivia Champion. There's no reward. You just get the you get the acknowledgement. And you get a chance to defend your title. So it's just we get to say good job, Julia. Way to take them down. 2022 Play Dead Live Tribon Champion. And Buford says, let's throw up a drink, everybody. And I agree with that. Random trivia, and there we go. All right, we got 2 more categories, and we got about 7 minutes, if even that. I'm just going to open it up. Any topics, things that you want to ask, you want to talk about, you want to acknowledge. I promised you guys, look, somebody said to me one time, they said, Kills, when you do these things, like, I just don't know how your brain works. Now, I'm not sure if that was like, wow, I don't know how your brain works, or if it was like, I don't know how your brain even works. It could have been one or the other. I'm not sure either. And my answer to that was very deadpan. It was like, I'm not sure how it works either. I don't know. Because I do shift and shuffle and throw wild topics out there. So, but this is what Random Things is all about. It's for us just to get together and ask and talk, and certainly any topic we talk about is never a personal topic. It's just these general ideas that pop in your head. So, are there any questions, any things that you want to ask? Maybe you missed out on, or you want to make a statement about a music, song, or a trivia, or whatever. Type it in chat right now. I got a few minutes. I'll answer whatever we can answer. Kills, what would be your first move if you took someone into the dungeon? My first move would be to find a way to give them ward. I would take their pet plays out of the equation. Or sorry, I would either no. I would put no, let me back. I would put ward on myself or put stasis on them. One of two things. Ward or stasis. Stasis on them or ward on myself. Eric asked me that. I think that's a good question. B-Dub says, how long for a first PDL family get together? It's happened in some small pockets. My focus right now is the portal. So I can't see beyond the portal. And I expected it to be out a little bit sooner, but that frees up a lot of time for me. And then when that time is freed up, then I don't have to spend the time in the task stuff. Because then I can create something and the developers can do it. So My honest answer would be, at best, the end of 2023, realistically, 2024. Because I think that the portal will be up and running. I think we'll be developing a really cool game. That would be my answer. I'm most looking forward to Rick and Michonne, Tim. And Craven, because I think that when you're in the dungeon for that short period of time, like, the pets and knocking people down rungs is huge. And if you take that away from someone, it, it's a problem. No, I don't, Animal. I think that would be one of the weirdest things in television history. I think, just forgiving him because, first of all, Joe, Negan's got a wife and a kid. And second, Negan killed Glenn. So there's no scenario where that even makes sense. Now, Bonnie, if you said, do I see some smaller groups, something that's a little less formal? I could see that. I could see a smaller group or less formal. But if you're talking about like trying to get everybody together and, maybe a conference and some dinner, and because I would like to fund a good portion of that. So that's why I think the um the portal is my priority. But, if we set up something where the rooms are taken care of and people just had to get there, I think that would be cool. Because then it would make it easier for people just to kind of show up for a couple of days. Just get yourself there. And no, I wanted to do a live action Play Dead live event with some cosplay. Like, I want to be one of the walls. Like, but I'm not, like, I'll be one of the walls when Sly plays Ark. I don't want to be one of the walls when Mir plays. That's the only difference. I just want to kind of stand there and you like take a block off, take a block off. But when Mir plays, I don't want to dress as a wall. I'm gonna get raptured. It's like it's gonna be like, what? It's not. It's not. It's not a teardrop. Kills just peed. Like that block. Like what's running down his leg? It's a rapture. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. All right. I love these streams. We will do them more often. We did have a little bit of extra time. It was great to get everybody together on New Year's Eve. I know some of you guys are in different time zones. We got about 3 hours on the East Coast until we kick in 2023. So let me take this moment again to say thank you for everything that you guys do. You guys have supported this channel for a long, long time. From some of you guys were gaming videos, some of you guys were Walking Dead Road to Survival. Some of you guys were Walking Dead, the Negan video, who Negan killed, and we're pretty loyal followers at that point. Every project we've done, we just had amazing group, amazing family, and here's to a lot more of the streams where we can all get together. So the last thing I'm going to say is, we did talk a lot about positivity last night and a lot about honesty. So we control a lot more of that than we realize. It's easy. Sometimes you have no choice, right? I understand that. Sometimes you have no choice and things do get negative. The only thing I'm saying again is when you have a choice, and please, you got to let it out, you let it out. But when you have a choice, lean toward the positive, because that's what's going to make our 2023 stronger. It's going to make our game stronger. It's going to make our event stronger. And we just have a whole heck of a lot of fun. So thank you again. I'm going to close with one more song that means a lot by Three-Sided Square. You guys have a very, very happy new year. And I'm sure some messages will go out tomorrow. Enjoy football tomorrow. Relax. And let's kick off this year bigger and better than ever. And I will see all of you guys in the Lost Asylum. It's going to be crazy. Have a good night, everybody. Peace.
I feel so alive, yeah. I'm happy head to toe, I'm in overdrive, it's alright. Clear those clouds away, I can feel the sun, yeah. Let the music play, now we've just begun. Cause these are the best days. Yes, these are the best days. These are the best days. These are the best days. That's right. Of our lives. Of our lives. There's magic in the air, and it feels so right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So follow if you dare, and you'll see the light shine so bright. Cause these are the best days. Yes, these are the best days. 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 That's right. Of our lives. Of our lives. Yeah. Oh, can you feel the spotlight shining all down? Yeah, it's alright. Live in the moment and find your place in this world. Every boy, every girl, yeah. Follow your dreams, let them lead, let them guide all you do. Let them see you through, and they'll see you through. Cause these are the best days. These are the best days. These are the best days. These are the best